All right, so this is a video showing you how to be super efficient at testing strategies for the league. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to install Python, because that's what our script will be written in. So there's a lot of ways you can install Python, but the quickest and most easiest way is to just go to anaconda.com/download. Anaconda is just a nicely packaged version of Python in its libraries, so it's kind of a one-shot to install it. You can install it for whatever operating system you're using. I'm assuming you're probably using Windows. So you can just click download for Windows. And then you're going to want to pick Python 2.7. This is important because I wrote the code in 2.7 and not 3, and they're not completely compatible, at least with the code I've written. So you can download either the 32-bit or the 64-bit. It doesn't really matter here. So once you download that, it's going to give you an exe file. You can just run it and follow the prompts for all the default settings, and everything should be fine. So once that's installed, you're going to want to install the auto clicker. So the auto clicker that I found works best is literally a software just called Auto Clicker. If you Google Auto Clicker, it's probably the first one. In this case, it is on SourceForge. And you can go to this link down here to download it. So once you download that, that's just an exe file. You don't have to install it or anything. You just run it every time you want to use it. So I'll just run it here and show you what it looks like. So this is really simple. If you want to pick where the mouse is going to click, you just click pick, and then you point to where on the screen you want to click and add that position to this list. So the software just runs through the list of mouse clicks and is going to keep clicking them over and over again as many times as you want them to. So let me show you how that works in Draft Day Sports. So I've already opened up my sim file. Make sure if you want to output the game stuff that you go into configuration and you check enable personalities. Without this, it's not going to output the stuff we need. And make sure you hit save here, because I know I've missed clicking that several times. Once that's set up, say we've done our strategy and we want to test out strategy 1, we simply can go to task sim exhibition game. Make sure you're simming the exhibition game. This is important because my code is specifically looking for exhibition games, not season or anything like this. So then we can go to the auto clicker and we can click pick and then pick where we want to click. So I'll pick the sim game button. And then we can add that position to the table. And then we want to pick again, and we're going to pick the X on the game detail and add that to the table. So you can change how long it waits in between each click. I found that the default works just fine. Any faster than that, you may be clicking too fast for Draft Day to keep up. Here you can put the number of times you want it to repeat its clicks. So normally I'll put like 300 or something, but since I'm just showing you a demo, I'll put like 7, and you just do start clicking. And it's going to go back and forth clicking, so you can go get a cup of coffee or whatever you want and let this run. Okay, so once it's done running, you'll see that start click highlights again. So this is done. And now I want to say I've done this already for all my strategies. So I don't have to quit Draft Day Sports. I don't have to do anything else. I can keep changing the strategies and going to the auto clicker and clicking it. But make sure you're doing it the same number of times each time. This is important for the script code. And then you're going to go to just generate CSV files, let that generate all the files. The important one is going to be the game stats file. Okay, so those are successful. Go to wherever you keep your sim files, and inside the latest sim folder, you'll go to output, and then this file right here, completed games, that's where we're going to generate all these stats from. So at this point, you will have had the auto clicker working, Python's installed, you haven't done anything with it yet, and the files are generated. So there's lots of ways we can run Python, but the easiest way is to just search for Anaconda prompt. And so this is Anaconda prompt. It's going to bring up this command line like interface. And you're going to change directories to wherever you've put the code. So I'll send you the code, which is called let me get to it, testsimstats.py. You can put it wherever you want. In this case, I already moved there, but if you want to change directories, there's CD and then the path you want to go to. And so if I wanted to go up one, then back to this. And if you want to see what's in that file, you can type dir. So this is just Windows command prompt style stuff. So you can see a testsim is there. So I'll just do Python testsim stats. And then it's going to give us all the stats we want to know. One important thing, though, is if you, depending on the number of times you run the auto clicker, you're going to have to change a few things in the code. So you can just open this up with Notepad or whatever you want to open it up with. Right here where I have the comment parameters, you're going to want to change the file path to that game file. So wherever you've put that output folder that I showed you, you want the exact path to this file right here. Make sure that you keep the slashes in this direction. If you're in Windows, when you copy and paste the path, they're going to be flipped, and that doesn't work in Python, so make sure they're in this direction. The number of strategies you test it, and then the number of times you ran each strategy. So once again, make sure it's consistent. If I run the first one for 100, I need to run the rest of them for that. And then here I can change whether we're home or away. And this is going to be obviously important for all those stats. So with those changes, so say we're the away team, and in this case, I ran it 7 times. And so we'll just save that, and you can X out of it, and then you just come back here and run it. So Python tests and chats, and it's going to give you the stats. So you see in that case, we had a win percentage, 67%. Points scored, so this is all showing you the average and then the standard deviation to show you how much we're varying over those trials. This will become important if we have some sort of skew distribution. I haven't found that yet, but technically it should be possible. Rushing yards, passing yards, time of possession, third down conversions, and then rushing, passing against, and our penalties. So I'll add more and more stats to the script, but this is what we have right now. So that should be it. You can, like I said, you can keep doing this over and over again. Just make sure if you change anything. So the draft day is going to continuously save until you X out. So at a certain point, you'll run out of memory. So if you do 6 of them for 300 apiece, you might run out of memory depending on how much RAM you have. So just keep aware of that. It'll warn you. But if you are running out of memory, just split up the test by Xing out of draft day and clearing this file, and then you can just test them with the Python code again. So yeah, I think that should be it. Just message me if you have any questions.